What's up, guys? Before we get into this episode, just a small disclaimer. Now, most of this episode is spoken in Afrikaans. So if you do not understand the language, I apologize. But our great guest, JP Kruger, is proudly Afrikaans. We spoke to each other in our home language. If you understand it, great. You're going to enjoy it. It's going to be great. Be sure to check out EFC 103 this Thursday, and where our guest, JP Kruger, will be fighting for the EFC middleweight title. Enjoy the episode. Cheers. What's up, guys? Before we get started, I just want to thank Shure and Planet World for these amazing Shure MV7 microphones. We do not always talk sense, but when we do it in the highest quality possible. So thank you so much to Shure. Thank you so much to Maurice from planetworld.co.za. If you need anything for home or studio audio, even audio for your car, go check out planetworld.co.za. Now let's get into the episode. Ek sou dit ook nie kon maak sonder dit nie. Kom ons check. Cool. Okay. Elke keer soos die ding wat vir my die awkwardste is die intro. Maar en dan chat ons net gewoon reg. Of ons moet die intros apart begin shoot. Kan ons dit doen? Okay.
Ja, jy moet echt voel dat jy beskiklik soos
ja.
so reg op is.
Ja.
Hi Cam, is lekker om jy te wees, hè.
Nee. Okay, ma's roll, so that's cool. Okay, so I actually want to start off. Thank you so much for being here, JP. It's an absolute honor. And just to show you how big of a fan I've been for so many years, I actually brought this with because I still have it to this day. We'll probably put it up here. Ja, jy kan daai vir my gooi. We'll probably put it up here. You'll see I have a little display there at the top that someone very close to me made. And this is the first memorabilia I got when I just started watching the EFC. So you'll see here on this hat, you'll see like the trigger there, Ian Visser, coach's brother. Yeah.
Ek het hom net gesien toe ek deur hierdie posie van julle loop.
Yes, yeah.
Hierdie posie is soos mal, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy,
Dit
right?
is soos ek wil vir jou so sê, okay, ek moet Engels praat net.
yeah.
So let me explain to you like I've realized this morning once again, I live under a rock. Like I don't have friends if you're not in my gym. All of my friends are my training partners, because this morning, for the first time in my life, I realized CIT is not just a gym, but it's a chiropractor. Yeah, this is a general. Ek was soos JP Kruger, jy weet niks.
That's so funny, because I literally I think about 99.3% of my friends are from the gym as well. So we have a tight knit. But what I actually wanted to show you is you gave me this at the Brakpan Indoor Sports Center.
Yes.
In 2014. Yeah, so I've had this for 8 years. What? Is it 9 years?
That's
and
amazing,
you said Tinkerbell, that already washed off because I was wearing it quite a lot. And you just said, in quotes, praise Jesus.
Jesus always.
I actually want you to just re-sign this, if it's okay with you, maybe on the top.
Good.
And just date it, if that's fine with you.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Dis 'n honor. En kyk hoe ek weet nie, soos jy was, ek kan nie twee doen, ek's 'n bokser. Sign. And the only thing the difference is we still say praise Jesus, but it's praise Jesus always. Win, lose, good times, bad times.
That's awesome.
His dreams for you is better than any dream that you can ever dream.
That is very cool.
En yes, hoe amazing sis. Onthou jy in hoërskool en ek dink even the like die societies moet dit lees, kring in 'n bos, circles in 'n forest. Hulle praat van die skewe sirkels in die lewe. En dit laat my nou dadelik dink aan die skewe sirkel in die lewe, want soos daar praat jy van jy was so fan, en nou Cam, kyk hoe ver het jy gekom, kyk hoe amazing het jy geword. Nou is ek die fan. Dis crazy, bro. Yes, man. Yeah.
So awesome. Yeah, but you are not done yet. You actually just mentioned before we started, you've been coaching for 19 years.
19 years.
19 years.
19 years.
How long have you been in MMA? At what year did you start training? How many years ago was that?
I standard in standard 9. So what's that? Grade 11.
Yeah, grade 11.
I remember I was friends with this girl, Kruger Visser,
Yeah.
and like she was dating one of the bad boys in high school, like
Yeah.
like Clippies. I don't know what is Monet something, but
Yeah.
Clippies. They weren't called him Clippies. He was way smaller than me, but
Yeah.
like he was Clippies, bro. That
Yes.
guy used to
Yeah,
smoke.
rock
I don't
hard.
smoke.
Yeah,
He's the man.
Okay.
And I remember that guy, like literally in break, he came out of nowhere, him and his friends, and they slapped me.
Okay.
And I fell to the ground, and I was like, and then he said to me, "See you after school." And I was like, well, that's not good.
Yeah,
I can't fight.
Okay.
This is bad. Dude, ek was 'n Goutrif musiekakademie. Like, I was there for the... Dude, ek love toneel. Ek love drama op die stage, bro. It's just 'n dans en musiek en die goeie goed, hè.
Yeah.
En hierdie wil my roer. En ek kon onthou, I think I actually marched myself to the principal office saying, listen, you have to help me. This guy's going to kill me.
Yeah, this is what's happening after school.
This is bad. And, look, yes, also when I was younger, like I always wanted to do like kickboxing or martial arts or everything. But like in the older days, it was different, man. I grew up in a church and my mom and dad was always like, man, if you're going to start kickboxing and karate, like this is not good. Then you're going to start praying to Buddha. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You do it.
Yes,
Ek
100%.
weet jy, Afrikaanse families,
It is quite common. I see that a lot on some of our posts as well. That like people say you can't be religious and be a violent fighter, which is like super. I think narrow-minded in that sense. It's just because it's just like a job, like anything else.
Totally,
well,
bro.
that's definitely how I see it. And if you're doing it in a safe, isolated situation, you're not going out to bars and pubs and looking for fights. But if you're doing it as a sport,
yeah, bro,
it doesn't make sense.
Jy's glad nie 'n gomgat nie. Jy's nie 'n gommie nie.
Yeah.
Ou wat die naweek gaan fight daar in die pub, hy's 'n gommie, man.
Yeah.
It's just we're like athletes.
Yes,
That's it.
yeah.
I am never angry when I get in that car. I'm not angry. I'm aggressive. There's a difference between aggression and angry.
Yeah. Yes.
Angry is emotion. You just shit verloor in no ways.
Yes.
And
it's controlled aggression.
Yeah, it's
super
controlled en jy dink en jy's athletes en daar's wiskunde wat moet gebeur en goeters. Maar ek's nooit kwaad nie. Ek love die ouens wat teen ek gaan. Ons het nou net gepraat van soos Conrad. Where he's like talking a lot. No, still man. Says regardless, hy kan maak sy wil. Ek love Conrad.
Yes.
Hy's nog altyd my maatjie. Ek gaan hom love na die fight ook.
Yes.
En die cage gaan toemaak en ons gaan mekaar hard pits en dit gaan lekker wees, bro.
Yeah, that's great. On that, you are fighting for the UFC middleweight title.
Yeah.
And this will be dropping on Tuesday, and then 2 days later, you are fighting for a world title.
Man.
How you fought for 2 world titles before that?
Yes.
What is different this time? What is your mental approach going into this fight?
Yeah. Honestly, like the first 2, it didn't go my way. And I think I want to start saying, but like my mindset is different because I'm not putting so much pressure on myself. Like I've realized, like, honestly, man, and I mean this with all my heart. Like, I believe that destiny has already been set on like next week Thursday.
Yes.
The Lord Jesus, I gave it to him regardless of this. And dude, as ek praat van Jesus, moet jy weet, ek love Jesus my hele hart, maar ek sê nie ek is 'n perfekte dude nie. Ek het ons nou gepraat. Ek is so broken, ek het soveel faults, dude, en ek maak soveel mors en net soos liewe Jesus se mercy is great in my lewe.
Yeah.
Maar die feit is, liewe Jesus het klaar my destiny geset daarso. So like whether I stress or whether I don't stress or whatever, what my emotions or whatever, it is regardless. The like stage is set.
Yeah.
So you just have to be brave enough to step into destiny. I believe this with all my heart, and you have to go and have some fun, man. En net daai pressure nie op jou sit, jy dink ek maak dit baie beter.
Massive.
It's just massive beter. Like the previous 2 times, like look, die ouens het my gevang en ons almal weet hierdie game. Ons weet ons het great skill sets. Ons weet even donderdag aand, man. Regardless, anything can happen. That's what makes this sport so amazing.
Yeah.
It's just anything can happen. Maak nie saak wat op die wit en swart staan nie. You still need to go make it happen on that evening.
It is amazing because like my mental coach has told me, and that's quite something that sticks with me, is he says to be good at fighting, and I think it's like in a lot of sports, you need to be able to lose everything, and you need to have that mindset of also lose nothing.
Yeah.
Go out there, fight like you have nothing to lose, but also fight like you have everything to lose.
Yes.
And I think that's like a good, I think nerve-wise, I've been someone that has struggled a lot with pre-fight nerves, but almost if you get into the walkouts or even at the cage or even in the warm-up beforehand, then it's almost just like autopilot. It's this automation of, okay, here we go, and then you get excited. So.
I remember the first time that I ever went to EFC. My like debut was EFC 12 against
Wow.
no, that was Pete Matong.
Yes.
He's a world Muay Thai champion.
Yes.
And I remember the day before they were busy setting up. It was at Carnival City, and I walked and I looked into this big room, and they were busy setting up the cage. And I walked into that room, and it was just basically all of the guys who's like setting up the sound and the cage and the lighting, and I was standing there. And there at that time there was a like experienced athlete. He was a colored guy, I think Remo or something like that, like a tall guy, like dude, crazy guy, maar ook 'n mooi hartjie. And I just remember this guy sitting to me, he's like, James, go step in there tomorrow, and the only thing you can do is leave it all in there. If you walk out of the cage, regardless of the results, and you said, man, I left it all in there. You were a warrior. You were a gladiator. Your job as an athlete is to be a gladiator. It is to entertain fans. I believe we are all modern gladiators. Yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
And a gladiator is to entertain. I dude, om te wen is great, maar ek dink as jy daai soos 5-round war het, allemaal bloei en dit is crazy. Dit is wat ons allemaal nog streef aan. Nee, ja. Dit en I think you did it nogal mooi so.
I tried to.
That's amazing. And like he said, leave it all in there.
Yeah.
And I think the difference is, remember, after Bahati, I went and I retired for about 3, 4, 5 years. Also, I had my little girl. She was born Emmeline.
Yes.
And yes, dude, so a priority list is super important in as jy getrouwd is en as jy nie getrouwd is, dan dink ek jou priority list is 'n bietjie anderste. Maar kom ons praat gou as jy getrouwd is, wat ek was op 'n stadium was getrouwd. Dan sit liewe Jesus, dis jou vrou, dis jou kind, dis jou werk en dan is dit alles anders en dit is jou priority list se goeders. En toe Emmeline gebore is, toe ek myself gesê, yes, you know, ek wil 'n great dad wees. Dit is soos my droom, dude. Ek wil haar papa wees met al my hele hart. Soos ek love om haar papa. Ewen vandag. Sy is my hele lewe. Ek love om haar papa te wees. Dit is een van my greatest achievements. En toe ek geretire en toe soos COVID nou goeie slaan, toe begin ek so 'n bietjie fire kry.
Ja, dis cool.
En toe sien ek hierdie bare knuckle boxing. Ek sê, damn, ek love it. That's it. En ons praat nou van Jimmy James, my soos manager. Dis nou wys, moet nie mal wees nie. Kom ons gaan weer terug en ons fight 'n bietjie met my. En
Good choice. Good choice. Scar tissue is terrible.
Dude, ek is klaar 'n ginger. So what doesn't matter?
Yeah, that's awesome.
En soos toe ek terugkom, toe is dinge anders en ek kon nou voel met my vorige fight teen soos Roy en it's going to be the same this side. And the only difference, en ek weet ek klink so stupid, is ek sê vir myself, it's just sparring.
Yeah.
If this guy had to pitch up in my gym, I would put him away every single round in sparring.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm going to do.
With Roy, you did that quite quickly as well. It was such a dominant performance, and just like looking at your record as well, it's really impressive. You fought the who's who of the EFC as well.
Ja,
Donovan Hawkey.
Tumelo
Maputa.
Ja.
Bahati.
Was
just to mention a few of
Soulja
them.
Boy,
Soulja Boy twice.
Dat was lekker, man.
It's absolutely amazing. But you also see you see quite a few breaks in your career where you take lengthy times off.
Yeah, I think I literally fight like once a year. I actually said to one of my friends the other day, I think I fight once a year.
On average, once a year.
Once a year just to stay out of jail, man. It keeps me out of jail. If I fight once a year and I don't go to jail.
Yeah, is that because of like you say, you mentioned the priorities. Is that something where you feel like it's not as high on your priority list, or is it just how do you see your fight career now, especially now before fighting for a world title?
Yes, man. Ek sê vir jou, ek is so blessed om vir die world title fight. What a great time to be alive,
Yeah, it's sick.
Maar Cam, ek dink eerlik, dit is so. Ek het baie priorities en soos yes, Thursday night, Conrad, he will get all of my attention, like he wants and he needs and he will get it. But even today is such a great day. And I've got so many great things that I need to handle today and tomorrow before I get to that fight.
Yeah.
And I do have many great priorities. So bro, as ek hier klaar is, gaan ek my dogtertjie optel by die kleuterskool en ek gaan bokkiepark toe saam met haar.
Nice.
Bro, dit is great op my priorities. Dit gaan 'n great oomblik wees. So cool soos wat dit wees om my title te wen. So cool gaan haar dit wees om soos haar vandag op hy swing te stoot en nasies te jaag. Dit gaan dieselfde wees vir my. Verstaan? Awesome. En ek dink dit soos elke dag is net soos yes man, is dit what a great time to be alive. En soos ek besef dit nou so. Donderdag aand gaan lekker wees en ek is fokus daarvoor. Moenie dink dat ek is nie fokus daarvoor nie. Dit is ek is. Ek glo met my hele hart dit is my seisoen. Maar daar is net soveel amazing dinge daar buite wat soos lewe het om te offer en dit alles sal my aandag ook kry.
I think if you have a mindset like that as well, I think it helps to perform on the night because listen, you want to stay safe. You hopefully want to finish the fight soon so that you can go home scratch free to your wife and your daughter. It is really amazing. Out of those absolute legends who you have fought.
Although I don't have a wife anymore. So okay. Okay. Sorry.
Yes. But you're going to have a family to go back to. You're going to have a gym, training partners to go back to.
Dude, die volgende dag, die son skyn, die voeltjies tweet is amazing regardless.
It's awesome. But out of the guys that you have fought, because you have fought some legends, who was your toughest opponent?
Tumelo Maputo, the truck, bro.
Yeah, I was actually expecting between Soldier Boy and Tumelo was my guess.
Dude.
Yeah.
Daai dag dink ek liewe Jesus het engeltjies gestuur en my gehelp. Want hy was besig om my te murder.
Okay. Yeah. He is. And I've heard he was at CIT and he was at CIT for the longest time.
What a cool guy. He's like actually one of my good friends. I'm like,
that's awesome.
I have to be honest, like everybody I fought in my career, like Donovan,
like
almal van hulle is nog my maatjies, man. Ek dink hulle is cool.
Except Bahati, probably.
Bahati is actually, you won't believe it. Out of everybody I fought, he's the only guy that I constantly talk to still.
Oh, really? Wow.
Constantly talk to. Like once a month, me and him will like talk to each other inbox. He's actually one of the nicest guys you met. I actually asked Bahati because we actually sat afterwards.
Yes.
And he's actually, I promise you, bro, as jy kyk, gaan sy doen 'n bietjie research. Die ou het soos amazing family, het 'n mooi vrou, 'n klein dogtertjie en soos dink seentjie, sorry. En what an amazing guy, what an amazing athlete. And I asked him, Bahati, why are you such a tool then? What's happening, bro?
What is the persona? Yeah.
Why? To say, mate, yes, there's so many great athletes out there. Dana White needs to see you because you're different. Yes. You need something different.
Yeah.
What is your different? And that's his different.
It's the classic Colby Covington approach to, like I've heard so many reports, and I actually Tembo Garimbo trains with him as well. And he says he's the nicest guy in the world. He says he is genuinely, if it's not in front of a camera, he's such a cool guy. And I understand you have to have like this type of edge to you to try and market fights. But it was always quite interesting to think like how he really is, because he's had run-ins with obviously you. And the build-up was quite intense.
Yes.
Michiel Opperman.
That
was intense.
Yeah, that was intense.
Drickus, super intense, So and it works, I think that video
and if you look at also what he's done in his career afterwards, he's been in some big promotions, man.
Massive.
To make it happen. And it's literally because he puts himself on the line, he puts his mouth on the line and he makes it happen.
That's awesome.
But I think everybody's different. Ek glo nie in verkoop jou siel vir 'n sport of enigiets nie. Ek dink stay true on yourself.
Yes.
So ek dink glad nie so nie. Ek dink as jy kyk soos there's I believe this is just my opinion. I believe there's a difference between, not really a difference, but you get a champion and you get the people's champion, and the champion will be the champion. Then if he loses the title a few years after that, he will fade away and no one will remember or talk about him again. Yes. But if you become the people's champion, like even one day because everybody, there will be a day, ons weet dit, daar's altyd iemand daar buite wat jou nommer het. There's always somebody a bit meaner and stronger and crazier than you out there. We almost just meet that guys one day, En soos as jy daai dag daai ou ontmoet en hy beld verloor, die mense gaan nog steeds van jou praat, want soos 'n kampioen het sekere kwaliteite. I believe this with all my heart. A champion needs certain qualities. What happens to self-discipline, honor, integrity, all the good stuff, man. That's why people start martial art, not just to like kick ass, but like, hey, I want to be a better human being. It's like
100%.
That's why we coach kiddies, like we spoke about our kids system, and I've said this so many times. If you look at your kids system right now, in 10 years from now, maybe 1% of those children will still be in your system training to be pros.
Yes.
The rest, They will go to university. Life will happen. They will start finding the sport boring. They will get a girlfriend. Bro, lewe gaan gebeur met hulle.
Yes.
So like, then it kind of makes everything right now a bit irrelevant unless you put something in towards that like person's life. So I see kickboxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, MMA. It's just a tool that the Lord Jesus gave us to make sure in 10 years from now, if we use it right, we've got less shit people in this world.
Yes, 100%.
And that's literally what it is.
Definitely. And I do think even like when we approach like programs for the kids, we always have like the practical, technical side. And then we also have like we call it soft skills, the life skill side of what type of things that we want to almost implement, not teach them, but rather do so they can see what we're doing. And it's stuff that helps them, keep attentiveness in class. It's the classic greeting. It's being respectful. It's being humble. And looking at that, it's a massive priority in the program, but it's also like your responsibility to try and approach it like that every single time. And sometimes it's hard. Kids are naughty and you get frustrated, but it is such a rewarding thing. And I think like I started the sport when I was 12 years old, and it saved my life. It literally saved my life, because without the sport it built my confidence, it built my physical health. I was a sporty kid, but I took that type of looking after your body, looking after your mind,
and it also keeps us away a bit from like wrong terms, because I'm sure like with the wrong friends and like dude, ek het soos drugs gemis. Totally. Soos ek het nog eers kan jy vir sê hoe lyk dit
literally drugs.
Gone. I'm like, but praise Jesus for that. But it's as vol van sport, hè?
Yeah.
Dit is my besig hou. Dit is soos as jy fokus op die goeie goed en dan
sport antidote of drugs. Like if you do sports, you don't do drugs. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of high rollers that will beg a differ. They love smoking a joint and rolling, doing a little bit of jiu-jitsu. So. But a lot of people...
maar ek weet nou nie, dude. Let's be honest nou. Kom ons wees nou eerlik. Soos baie mense pro-marijuana, baie mense soos not pro-marijuana, maar dis nie regtig soos, dis nie drug nie, dude.
Dis nie 'n drug. Nee. Well, it depends on who you ask. If you ask like...
Die tannie by die NG Kerk gaan vir jou sê ja.
Dit dwelms. Dit begin...
Dan gaan jy katte slag.
Dit begin met 'n D. Van is van die duiwel of
Maar honestly, soos ek het al soos alles gekyk oor sport geweet.
Yes.
Oor dit en ek het soos die pros en die cons en alles, en die enigste ding wat ek nou agterkom het is soos dit maak jou dom.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of research. There's a lot of research that's coming out, like the long terms of smoke. We're actually going to have experts in cannabis on the show as well. And we're going to be chatting about that because I don't know if you know Andrew Huberman. He's a neurobiologist, and he has like a 3-hour lengthy podcast of the long-term effects of smoking cannabis, like regularly. And it is just like at the end, now after all those 3 hours, he talks about hormones in the brain, everything gets super technical, but at the end of the day, he's like, if you do it, it has a negative effect. So it's just like, if you want to be healthier, don't do it. If you like it, do that too, so he's the proper like you do you, man. I'm just stating the facts. And it's very interesting because with marijuana there's a close connection to jiu-jitsu for a weird reason. I don't know if it's like getting that flow state, and now you understand how jiu-jitsu works, but it is very interesting. A lot of people think you were a jitsu, but you actually started with kickboxing.
Me?
Yeah.
I started off with kickboxing. That's right. With all the old greats like soos jou coach.
Yes.
Maar nou, hy was een van die greats also, en dan Raymond Phillips, en dan
so Raymond Phillips,
Pat Carney, ons kan nie vir Pat Carney vergeet nie.
Pat Carney.
Pat, hy's so groot, maar en hy en sy vrou, hulle, ek weet jy wat ek kan sê, maar hulle kak altyd op jou.
Yes.
Maar hulle love jou, maar hulle kak altyd op jou.
Yeah. As tall as a step ladder, but fierce.
As iemand by sê om vir daai oom iets te gaan vra by kompetisies, ek sê nee, ek gaan op die skree op die mic.
I was so I think I was so scared. I've never been that scared of a guy that small. Like he's such an intimidating person.
But all of those guys, they have shaped our lives, man.
Yes,
like
100%.
100%.
Yeah. So your nickname Tinkerbell. Love it.
Thank you.
You got, if I remember correctly, you got it from Coach Raymond Phillips.
Right.
How did that happen?
Because it's easy, man. First you feel the tinkle, then you hear the bell.
Okay. That's what you're telling people now. Yeah.
Not even that. That's too corny to be cool. No, Tinkerbell, honestly, bro, like, ja, ek het in die kerk groot geword, maar dit beteken nie altyd jy ken Jesus nie. So, en ek onthou, toe ek jonk was, en soos, yes, Cam, ek wil vir jou sê, dude, as 'n jong ou het jy baie meer jou shit mekaar as ek was. So ek onthou, soos, ek was baie talented in kickboxing, en soos, Louise is my baie gebless, en met, soos, maar, my attitude was horrible, dude. Ek was nie 'n cool dude nie. Ek het gedink ek was cool.
Okay.
Ek het gedink ek was the man. Ek was nou die champ en soos, maar jy het so mispersepsie. Dis soos ek gaan nou terugkom hier na toe en ek gaan vir vertel my oom. Hy het my, dis een van die mans wat my ook groot gemaak het, soos oom Frik. En hy het my altyd gesê, dit is true. When you step into a room, there needs to be an alpha male. It's the jungle, bro. There is alpha male, maar ons het soms 'n mispersepsie oor wat die alpha male is. Die alpha male is nie die man met die muscles en die tattoos en die bad attitude wat pronk met sy bors nie. Dit is leë blikkies, bro. 'n Alpha male is sag. Hy kyk jou in die oë. As hy met jou praat hy met jou sag. Hy praat mooi woorde. Dit is ietsie wat ek myself baie kry, want soos so nou, especially in training, sal ek die woord soos 'n vloekwoord gebruik. En dan sê ek soos, Japes, dit is, in die begin was ek soos, dit is niks nie, maar dit bring actually geen eer vir myself of vir die mense om my nie. So dit is goedjies wat ek moet verander. En dit is ietsie, soos die alpha male, hy sag, en hy het al die karaktereienskappe waarvan ons nou gepraat het van soos people's champion. En soos dit is wat jou die alpha male maak. Hy het 'n authority, 'n leeu, vir ander mense te sê hy's 'n leeu nie. Verstaan wat ek sê? En toe kom eers later agter in my lewe, oh man, dis nie wat Louise is wil hê nie. Ons kan soveel beter wees. En dis nie cool nie. Dis letterlik wat jy verwag van 'n 21-jarige af. Soos ek was dit. What a loser. Verstaan wat ek sê? En toe ek in Coach Raymond se gym instap, toe was ek daai arrogant loser. En toe het hy vir my actually die naam Tinkerbell gegee om my soos te tune.
To test your the type of
om my bietjie, ek wil nie my sê af te breek nie, maar mens ek my af te breek om my te tune, maar te sê, hey bro, jy is nie so great as wat jy is nie. En dis hoekom my Tinkerbell genoem het. En van toe af Tinkerbell net altyd gebly.
That's also we see it in the kids program as well. You get like these kids that have no confidence that you almost have to help them build up, and then you get these kids that are like where you almost have to not tone it down. Confidence is great, but also just you have to channel it in a respectful manner. And it's always so funny with now you get these like stoertjies, now they come there, or like rugby players, and now they start MMA.
Stoertjie, Afrikaans and tough, bro.
Yes, 100%. But it's always, and then you can see, okay, no, they have a little bit of an ego, you know, so it's just like, grapple with me or nay. The 6-year-old blonde little lady right there. So you're gonna, after 2 rounds of getting choked out 14 times by a 6-year-old girl with blonde hair and pink highlights because it's holiday, it's quite humbling. It's a humbling experience.
I think that's why the biggest growth of jiu-jitsu is coming into a gym and getting choked by a girl. It's like, oh, I need to start this.
I need to work on this.
I'm not as good as I want.
But I think it was also like he tried to just test your ego a little bit by giving you Tinkerbell, and then it just stuck. You claimed it.
It's stuck.
That's cool. I like that.
En ek dink is cool, man. Dit is ek dink almal is al buite soos Piet die baksteen van Brandpan of soos hulle is. Man, daar's soos altyd soos en dis irrelevant, man. Wat jy dra op die aand, wat jou nickname is, wat se song jy mee uitloop.
Yes.
hoe aggressive, hoe kwaad jy is.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, man.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. As I ook toemaak met jou job doen, nou regardless, en hoe minder emosies ek dink hoe minder emosies jy het, hoe meer jy, ons noem altyd soos, you have to learn to, like especially if you become a veteran, you have to learn to play with your demons. En ek bedoel dit mooi, nie regte demons, maar but dude, daar's almal, soos die ouet vir jou sê, man, ek stres nie, is either op die einde van sy carrière moet stop, of hy jok vir jou.
Yeah,
en,
it's 90% of the time they're lying.
They're lying. Ja, it's just...
Yes, jy's cool.
maar so almal het daai emosies wat jy moet beheer. Dit is, ek dink, soos, die grootste ding, hoekom nie almal soos fighters kan wees nie, vir basically atlete so nie, want soos, daar's daai emosies waarmee jy moet deel, en ek dink dit is so belangrik, vir elke liewe man, op hierdie aarde, om jiu-jitsu of boks of some martial art te begin, en te gaan compete in het, al is dit nie in 'n professional level nie, want ek dink net jy leer soveel meer van jouself, om daai vrae te vra, om te meen, na elke fight wat jy opkom, elke fight, ek dink jy leer elke keer meer, wie is Cameron Saaiman?
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Ek sê vir jou,
and I think it's also not only the fight itself, but it's the fight camp before that, because it's easy to fight. It's like win or lose. If Gila and I fight each other now, it's quick. It will be over. He might break that bottle over my head. It might, but in the 8 weeks before
the Buffelsfontein brandewyn bottles. I got your back here for the sponsors.
but before that fight, there's 8 to 12 weeks of hard work, preparation, and you are tweaking your body, you are tweaking your program, you are dealing with injuries, you're dealing with adversity, and I think in that you also learn a lot. You learn a lot of yourself. Now you get to the fight, now you're like, we've been through 8 weeks of hell, but we're here. Now we're gonna have some fun. And then looking back after the fight, you're always like, okay, what went well? What went wrong? Where can we improve? And it's almost like this great type of ecosystem of like trying to make it better every single time.
I like heard that in a sermon once. The guy's like, people say experience makes you better. That's wrong. Experience leaves you broken.
Yes.
Only experience, and then afterwards evaluating that experience and doing something to fix it makes you better.
That's awesome.
But experience on its own just leaves you broken and you know.
Coach always tells us it's not worth doing if it's not measurable. Like we measure everything. We training sessions, HRV, heart rate in the mornings. We count our calories when we eat food. It's like you are super honed in, but now you can almost look back and say, okay, I did this. Was it right? Was it wrong? Going forward with this fight. And it's also, I know you're not looking past Conrad.
No,
you are super respectful, way more respectful than he is, by the way. But do you already have a plan? You beat him. You are the EFC middleweight champion. What is your plan after that fight?
Maat, ons het so 'n paar goedjies waarna ons dink. Maar ek is nog nie seker. Weet jy wat, ek het regtig 2 goedjies waarvoor ek nog gesign is. En I don't like I saw another day Conrad and Mark were getting into it.
Yes.
And I laughed. And I was like, good Conrad, you focus on Mark right now. Like, let me focus on this fight.
Yes. That's very smart, yeah.
It's most
because it's
most no way,
like Stefan De La Rey at the gym, he always calls it dark rotte. Yes, dark rotte.
Like let it do it. Like I focus on Conrad, and after Conrad I have to focus. I've signed for Submission Kings, man.
Okay.
I've got my team against one of my very good friends, Tian Gerber.
Yes.
In dude, daai aand gaan ons lekker hard rol. So my focus will go straight into that.
That's awesome.
And I know that Submission Kings were talking of they've got a light heavyweight belt coming up for the so they've got an 8-man knockout tournament, and they've named some big names as well there for which I'm going to take part in. So there's some stuff on that for the MMA wise. I don't know. I'm not too sure.
Is it more an approach of looking how your performance goes now and then deciding after that?
Ek dink so. Dude, onthou so ons nou gepraat het soos ek dink ons journeys is baie anders, soos julle is UFC en soos julle maak dit so ek sê net so weer eens, ek dink jy en Driekus doen so goed vir Suid-Afrika se MMA. Julle sit ons al buite en praat nou van soos 'n 3 keer se fight wat opkom teen Whittaker. Soos, man, ek love Whittaker.
Yes.
Hy was nog soos altyd een van my Cowboy Cerrone en Whittaker is soos van my heroes, bro.
Ja.
Maar nou gaan 3 keer moet gaan, nou moet ek soos nou moet hy maar backseat vat want ek sê Afrikaans, hè.
And it's also
we are African. Ek weet nie wat daai ons van praat nie,
but that's I'm so glad.
Die ou weet nie eens waar Katley Hong is nie, man.
But we were actually chatting about it as well because it is a thing, and it's true. You can't deny it. Bobby Knuckles, Robert Whittaker is a fan favorite.
Daai ou weet nie eens wat Malungu weet beteken nie. Wat weet hy van African weet? Hy kan nie eens dit praat nie.
Exactly. So it's always we are also massive Bobby Knuckles fans until the fight got announced, and it's like we still like you.
Yeah.
We still like you.
Cool,
but we got this other guy. We're picking his side. So it's amazing to see and you can see it through your careers, like being very thoughtful of how you feel before you fight, and it's like, do you want to retire? Then you retire.
Yeah.
If you have the urge to fight again, you fight again.
Ek fight. Hierdie fight ek want ek like fight. En ek wou regtig 'n bietjie fight. Ek wou 'n bietjie appel swaai.
Yes.
En jiu-jitsu het my hele hartjie, ons nou gepraat van jiu-jitsu het my hele hartjie gekry, soos die ek soos 'n Jesus coffee en jiu-jitsu.
Okay. Yeah.
Verstaan ek sê? Yes. Maar maar so dan is daar so daai wat so jiu-jitsu nie kan solf nie, wat jy bietjie met appel swaai en dit sort daai probleempies uit. En dis kom ek hierdie fight gaan vat en ek sweat en ek dink dis my seisoen, man, om hierdie titel te vat. Ek dink ek het al die tools op soos wit en swart. Gaan ek dit doen. As ek die aand soos regtig so shit, dan is nou mos so, maar ek sal reg probeer soos reg my goed mekaar hou en dit maak gebeur vir my, man.
That's awesome.
Een ding wat ek wil doen is ek gaan nie net die titel vat en sê okay, well now have a nice day, mic drop nie.
Yes.
Nee, man. Luke Michael nou gou heel en dan laat ons net gou daai regte beld uitsorteer.
That's cool. Totally. I like that.
Ek gaan 'n interim champions nou.
Yes.
It's not quite ek soek daai beld.
Yeah.
En dis al hoekom Conrad hier is, want Luke Michael is nou seer gekry. Anders sou ek Lukie gefight.
Yes.
Which ek myself ook test.
Yes.
Hy gaan 'n total ander skill set bring. Ek dink Conrad se hande is baie cool.
Skill set wise with Conrad.
Total different. North and south. So Conrad and Michael's different.
With so Conrad, we know he has good stand-up. He has heavy hands. He's durable. He's tough. Yes. Would you like to keep the fight on the feet? Would you like to take him down?
I know that Conrad's been speaking a lot about like I will not get him down. My jiu-jitsu doesn't I haven't spoken about any game plan to him. I don't know why he thinks I'm going to take him down or like jiu-jitsu. Like maybe it's insecurity speaking. Maybe it's little worries that he's got. Like now he's thinking about it. Maybe that's what's happening. But I didn't say it. Like no way. So ons gepraat. Ek's 'n kickboxer in begin.
Exactly. No that's why it's quite weird seeing him say the takedown because it's like he did kickboxing for years before that as well. So
I don't know. Maybe it's something played in his mind. What happened now between Zico and Mark? Like I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that maybe is playing on his mind, and that's why he is reacting this way.
Yeah.
Like
that's awesome.
Even like he started off so respectful, and then he started to say it's like he's going to be the bad guy. So I don't know if EFC's paying him extra money. Say, listen, bro, you need to promote this fight. Be a bad guy. Here's money. Or is he just being? I don't know. But it is regardless. It would have been nice if we could have shown the next generation how gentlemen do it. Because I do believe this the next generation needs to see that MMA, it's not for gomgatte.
Yes.
We can all be gentlemen and
100%.
square off and be professional athletes. We don't need to be Conor McGregor's, bro. They're going to be forgotten. No one's going to talk about them in the future. Like niemand gaan love you. Once you become that guy, people love to see you lose. But
I think it's always when I think of the guys that I really looked up to since the start of my career, it was always, so for the first few years, I only knew of the UFC. I didn't even know what the UFC was because I was so obsessed with the UFC. And it was you, it was Demard Pena, it was these guys that I've known, Chris Bright, it was these guys that I've known for years. Yeah, amazing people. Amazing, like innerly top tier people going straight to heaven. Hulle hoef niks te verduidelik as hulle daar bo kom nie. It's always been that type of guys. Now learning about the UFC and being like, oh, what is there actually a promotion bigger than the UFC? What? Now getting to know guys like George St. Pierre, super respectful.
Yeah.
Anderson Silva, he showboated in the fights, but in his approach to the fights, he was always super respectful. Max Holloway. These were the guys that I looked up to. Now, you mentioned Cowboy Cerrone and you mentioned Robert Whittaker. Are there any guys that you really took inspiration from when you started fighting?
I love Cowboy.
Yeah.
Like if I talk South Africa, like Chris Bride, bro.
Yes.
Chris Bride, ek so lief vir daai, ek so lief vir sy hele gesin, soos Joshie, Maddie, Nicole. Dis vir my, ek wil.
Because you guys share quite camps a lot, right?
A lot.
So if they come to Pretoria, they train with you guys.
Even still today, like Chris is my baie meer as net MMA, soos way meer as net dit. Ek is so lief vir hom. Chris Bride makes me a better person.
Yes.
Like sodra ek na die dag toe kom UFC en ek vloek op 'n interview of nie gevloek nie, maar ek het gesê wat ek het Conrad
jy mag vloek op hierdie if you want to. But
ek moet julle weet, soos hulle het gekom en ek het op 'n oomblik voor die ligte toe voel ek cool en ek quote wat Conrad sê, F JP Kruger, F Jiu-Jitsu, en ek moet sê, toe ek klaar stuk al wegry, toe was ek heavy teleurgesteld in myself. Ek was soos, wat het ek gedoen nou? Ek is nie so nie. Dit is nie wat ek wil doen nie. En toe bel Chris my.
Ja.
Hy het gesê JP, maar nou
explain yourself.
Maar ek moet vir jou sê, yes, hy's so tactful, hy's so tactful, hy praat eers mooi, gaan met jou, gaan met Emma, en toe op die einde sê hy my, JP, you can't do that.
That's what you...
Maar toe het hy dadelik gebek, want toe sê ek van Chris, I need to, my hart is, ek was embarrassed. Ek was so embarrassed. So ek het hoor, toe sê ek soos, man, JP, jy kon het soveel beter gedoen het. Soos, wat maak jy? Daar's geen integriteit of ere wat jy daar gedoen het nie. En so het ek nou, en hierdie, op die einde van my, nie op die einde van my carrière, maar ek sal bykie, ek gaan nie meer flippend vir ewig fight nie. En leer ek nog steeds goeders vir myself, en soos, no ways. You need to do it better, bro.
Yeah.
Ek moet meer vir myself verwag.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, that's very cool.
En soos coach Chris, so ek sê, hy's whether he likes it or not, hy's my head MMA coach, daai ou. En hy was ook altyd soos 'n Here vir my, en ek beloof vir jou, soos as mense nie kyk jy, sou ek vir hom sê, he does it right.
Yes.
He does it right. Yeah. Hy is the legend.
Yeah. I want to chat about the House of Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
And the absolutely amazing program you guys have. Obviously, CIT and House of Tinkerbell, especially at the amateur events, fight each other quite a lot.
Yeah.
And it's really like, it's absolutely amazing to see not only a commercial side of the gym that is so successful, but also like your amateur fight team and your professional fight team is very impressive.
Okay.
You are the head coach of all those guys. Do you have like assistant coaches helping you? Is it a one-man band? How does that work?
No. We're actually like there's like I can on black and white, if you give me a form, I'll put in head coach. But like the fact is, man, ons is 'n jungle out there, en daar's soveel verskillende animals, en elke animal het sy superpower. Cool. En ek is niemand se baas nie. Ons keep mekaar accountable. Ons is 'n brotherhood en 'n klein koltjies is root. Maar ons is ouens wat mekaar net regtig baie liefhet. En ons keep mekaar accountable. As ek out of line step of ietsie, sal gift en night hulle my sê, "Hey, wat doen jy? Dis nie reg nie."
Yeah.
So niemand is die baas nie. Ons is nie so nie. Ons werk anders en ek sê nie anders verkeerd nie, want ons weet hierso Monay is julle leier en hy's goed en almal vind hulle manier, because there's many ways to the top of the mountain. Maar ek moet eerlik wees, soos ons het amazing ouens, soos kom ons begin met ons conditioning, het ons coach Wynand, wat soos hy's jonger as ek, maar sy wysheid is ryk ver bo my. Hy's 'n groot wyse jong ou wat sterk is en net die mooiste hartjie het. En soos ek wil sê, daai ou se job, hy is die team se conditioning coach. Soos julle het Scotty, nee.
Yes. Scotty McIntosh. What a great guy.
Hy doen ook amazing met julle. Elke keer kom by EC sien, hy is ook net soos sy hartjie is. Ek dink conditioning ouens, al die conditioning coaches hartjies is net mooi groter, wat hulle doen meer bench press.
100%. And he's also one of those guys, he loves seeing fights going the distance, because he's like, let's test the conditioning, let's check the heart rate, let's check if that stomach is already doing this. He's absolutely amazing.
Yes, man, en soos ons het hom, maar ook soos ek sê, hy vir my life coaches, en ook wat hy gee my mooi wysheid in my lewe, en ook help my baie met die besigheid structure. Hy's onsaglik intelligent.
Yes.
En dan het ons man, soos ek sê, al my pros het ons all of my pros, remind me to speak English. All of my pros, we've got them, but they're also like coaching in the system because obviously they like also need to make money. So it's we know this game is a game of someone invests into you and you invest into someone else as well. So like they're the coaches there, and then we've got an amazing coach also in our jiu-jitsu coach, Huntley Smith. He's our black belt in our system. Also, like we are so blessed.
He's a Rio grappling. You guys are with Rio grappling?
No.
Okay.
I started off with like Rio grappling with Coach Jurgen. Also amazing guy, like amazing black belt. Actually, hy het ook al soveel soos ouens regte gemaak. Ek dink hulle systeem is cool, man. Ek dink hulle is amazing ook. En ek het al bitter min nie amazing mense ontmoet in jiu-jitsu nie. En no, Coach Huntley, he's the owner of and their coach of Art Suave Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes. Okay, yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
I've been under them now for many years.
Okay.
And then yes, dat was net obviously al die coaches en soveel mense wat soos in ons lewens invest in en out, wat in en uitkom en ek voel ek vergeet, maar ek hoop nie ek vergeet nie, want dit is net soos, dit sal so shame wees. Ons praat in die week met my conditioning coach en hy sê vir my, een van die grootste goeders wat lately op sy hartjie is gratitude. Ons mense, ek dink one of the biggest things that we forget sometimes in life, like is we forget to celebrate each other and to like be actually thankful for each other. Soos ons het tweede, kom ek gee weer 'n voorbeeld. Ek kon nou gesê het, yeah, Cam, ek is so cool and thanks that I can be here today. I am the next superstar and you should have me on this podcast because, bro, it's my time. And it's not that case. That's not the case. Of ek kan wees soos Cameron Saaiman, UFC superstar. Dankie vir die tyd vanoggend wat jy 'n bietjie met my praat. Maar die feit is, ek dink het soos ons soos 'n coach by nog gesê, ek dink ons wys mekaar genoeg gratitude en ons is, ek dink ons is lief mekaar meer genoeg. Ek weet nie of dit ons besige lewenstyl is wat ons net so vinnig is en laat ons lewe so oppervlakkig raak, want ons hardloop so besig rond tussen lewe self, maar ek dink ons verloor soms 'n bietjie diepte, man. Ons moet mekaar 'n bietjie meer lief hê en so 'n bietjie meer celebrate en soos bietjie meer dankbaar wees mekaar. Gros ou. So
I think especially MMA is one of the sports where you can be super aggressive and you can be intense and it can be fast paced, but afterwards you can be like, yeah, you caught me with that right hand. Yes, thank you. I appreciate you for being at training, for helping me, for
never drink of your own Kool-Aid. Never drink of your own Kool-Aid. As soon as you start drinking of your own Kool-Aid, you start signing your own end of your career. I believe this. En nou terwyl ons so praat, wil ek sommer terwyl ons hier sit en ek seker jy voel dieselfde, dude. Ek het hierdie ding wat altyd in my kop lately is, hierdie sê ding is soos I am a product of the people that I get to surround myself with.
100%.
En ek is net so dankbaar vir elke freaking teammate en almal wat in my lewe is wat net so amazing in my lewe is. Ek is blessed in abundance. It's overwhelming. Soos ons praat van Jimmy James. Jimmy James is nie net my beste maatjie nie, maar hy is ook die eienaar en die manager van al die pro-atlete van wat ons gepraat het, van Mean Machine, Peace, X-Man, wat soos Nathaniel Kumana, Gift Walker, wat nou ook soos groot goedjies wat met hom gebeur en soos Nicole van Wyk. Hy's 'n manager letterlik van alles en soos vir al die ons van soos Dominators team.
That's awesome.
Pro League Fight Management en soos al die ons hulle kyk net so mooi na ons. Maar ek seker jy sit aan daai kant en jy kan net so lys noem van mense wat net in die heeldag in jou lewe in invest en jy weet nie hoekom nie, maar jy's dankbaar.
100%. It's we were actually chatting about it as well. It's like and now that you think of it, you need more hands because there is a lot of guys. Come in. For almost every section of your life, whether it's now your business, your fight career, your side hustle, you have these people around you that it would not be possible. And I think that's one thing I would say is like after fights, the deep appreciation I have for the guys that helped me get through that, because it is super stressful. It is like on an insane level. But looking back after the fight, being like, I wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for this guy. I wouldn't be able to be here if it wasn't for him. And it's always it's always just
life
fun.
is better in groups, huh?
Yeah, and it's fun on the way flying back, getting to send those people messages to just show them, like, listen, I was thinking of you, you know, not in the fight, but surely after. So, yeah, no, it's awesome. I am super excited for your fight. I really cannot wait. It's going to be an absolutely amazing event.
It's going to cracker wees,
it's going to be a cracker.
En ek dink jy se mense moet kyk, even Wayne's, ek dink so sponsored by Conrad gaan dit exciting Wayne's ook wees.
I think where if Conrad and a camera is close to each other, there's always something happening, you know. So I think the way
we love him for that, hey?
Ja,
dit is ons praat nou van ek kom van die kickboxing. Conrad, kom op, ons dude.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Ons almal kom al van jare saam. All of the athletes are like there's not really like issues. Ek dink jy het almal Conrad, maybe now whatever he does afterwards, he'll give me a hug again, he'll tell me he loves me too.
100%,
like regardless. I think the only thing that sometimes like becomes a bit ugly and aggressive is when the fans drink too much.
100%. Because that happens a lot.
Do you remember when you watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when you were younger?
Yes.
If that movie finishes, you and your cousins in the garden with a stick, it's happening, bro.
100%.
And I think it happens. I don't think a male ever outgrows that.
Yeah, 100%. That is so true.
I think that's why it happens.
It's that classic video of the girl sitting on the couch and she's like filming the UFC fights, and then she just pans over to her boyfriend and his brother just like showing each other chokes. So
this will be boys.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me. UFC 103 is on 11th of May. And it's going to be a good one. Hopefully we can have you back, and then we'll put that title where these hats are right now.
Mopsticks.
That will be great. Thank you so much for being here. It's just absolutely amazing.
Love you,
Thanks. Love you too. Cheers.